In this lesson, we will discuss data analysis with Python using Pandas data frame. And our data frame or data set name is police data set. The file is available in the form of CSV file. And the requirements of our project is, first requirement is remove the column that contains missing values. Means we have to find out the column in our data set in which all the values are missing. That column we have to remove from our data set. Second question is for speeding, were men or women stop more often, we have to check. Third is, does gender affect who gets searched during a stop? The fourth question we will discuss during this lesson, what is the mean stop duration? And the last is compare the age distributions for each violation. So this is the real time project and we will discuss one by one all the questions. First of all, as I have told you earlier, we have to import pandas because we are working on the pandas data frame. So import pandas as PD you have to write down and then you have to run. Second is we have to select the name of our database. So here I said the name of my database is police underscore data. We have to import our CSV file here, right? So what we have to do, pd dot read underscore CSV, and in parentheses we have to write down the path of that file. So I will show you. First of all, you have to go where you have saved your CSV file, desktop or wherever. So this is my police data. So you have to right click and then you will see at the last is the properties. Click on this properties, then go to the security and here you will see the path of our CSV file. So just press Control and V, Control V on your keyboard, as I have already put the extension here. So that is why I'm not going. Okay, then you have to paste it, Control V. Right, so this is the path. When you will run it, you will see Unicode error. So do not worry about the error, okay? How to fix this error? Only you have to write down R after this parenthesis and run it, then you will see our error has gone. Now we want to check whether our CSV file is here or not. So police underscore data is our database name or data frame name. So when you will run it, you will see all the data is now here, right? So these are the columns and these are the rows. So I will show you how big this data is. If you want to see how many rows and how many columns you have in this data, so you have to use dot shape function. Police underscore data is your data frame name and then write down only dot shape. It will give you the number of rows and number of columns of our database. So always keep in mind the first one represents the rows. So we have 65,535 rows and 15 columns. So see how big our data is. Right, now we are going to start our question number 1. Our question 1 is remove the column that contains missing values. So whatever questions or requirements I have written at the top, I have also mentioned here. So then we are not going to see in the at the start. Okay, police underscore data dot is null function we are going to use. Is null function will give you the output in the form of boolean. Boolean is true or false. If false will comes, it means we do not have any null values. True means yes, we have null values. So when I will run it, you will see the output in the form of boolean. So see all our columns, you can see all the columns are false false except the country underscore name true true true. It means that we have missing values in this column. But after this 29, then we have 65,000. So we cannot see complete here. So that is why we want to confirm whether all the values in that column, country underscore name, are missing or not. So that is why you have to use the dot sum function. Write down exactly whatever we have written in the previous coding, only you have to add dot sum. So what the dot sum function will do for us, it will give us the name of all the columns, and here it will show you the missing value. So we have 15 columns. Stop underscore date, there is no missing values, means all are false. Stop underscore time, same thing, 0. But country underscore name is only the column in which there is no value, all values are missing. See, 65,535 are our records, our rows, and it is all blank. NAN. But here, moving here, so here we have 4061 missing, this, and this is the biggest column as well. Search underscore type, 63,056 are the missing values, but this is the only one where all values are missing. So we have to remove or drop country underscore name. This is our first requirement. So what you have to do, what is the syntax? Write down your data frame name, then dot drop. In parentheses, write down the name of the column you want to drop, that is country underscore name, and then access is equal to 1. Now what is the meaning of access is equal to 1? Because country underscore name is our column. If we want to delete or drop our column, then you have to put access is equal to 1. If you want to drop your rows, then access is equal to 0. Right, so when I will run it, it will run successfully. We do not have C country underscore name, which was our third column, so it's gone. It's gone from our database. But we want to verify. When we verify, just write down your police underscore data, country name. You can see country name is there. Country underscore name is there. But in the first here, in this coding, it was dropped. Why the name is here? Because it was temporarily dropped. We want to drop it permanently. So in order to drop permanently, you have to add in place is equal to true. Write down whatever we did in our previous coding, after comma in place is equal to true. When I will run this coding, right, it's done successfully. Now we are going to check to verify again. So here you will see it is permanently deleted from our data frame. So if you want to delete any column permanently, you have to write down in place is equal to true. Right, so this is all about our first requirement. Now our second requirement is, for speeding, were men or women stop more often? Right, first you have to clear what the question is, and then you have to figure out which column we have to work, then we will start. So for this question number 2, we will use value counts because it is based on filtering. So I will show you what is the meaning of value counts. First of all, we will check our data again. Here see police underscore data dot head. If I will not write down anything in this parenthesis, by default the 5 top records will come up, but I am going to write down only 2. Right, so here for this scenario, for speeding, right, it means we are violating the rules, so we will focus on violation column. Right, and second is driver underscore gender. Why? Because men and women are involved. So I will show you when I will run here, you will see driver underscore gender, because men and women you will find in this. Why there are only because I have selected only 2. Right, but we have 65,000 more than that, so definitely we have men and male and female there. And then is the violation, because speeding, where you will find out speeding is here, violation. Right, so we will discuss these 2 columns. Now see, in speeding there are some other options. Sorry, in speeding there are some other options. If you will run your 65,000, there are also other options. But if you want to see only options speeding in violence column, so what you have to do, your data frame name, then a square bracket, write down again data frame name dot violation equal 2 times you have to write down equal, and in parenthesis this is the string, you have to use the quotation. When I will run it, you will see the violation column with all the values where we have speeding, right? I will show you. So how many records are there? There are 37,000 out of 65,000. There are 37,204 record where we have speeding in violation, right? Because there are some other things which violate the rule, but we are looking for speeding. That is why you have to write down equal speeding. Now we want to figure out value counts, mean how many males and how many females are violating the rule. So what you have to do, exact from here to here you have to write down the same coding whatever we did in our last coding. Dot driver underscore gender, this is our second column we have to work, and then dot value counts, right? Run it. So you will see 25,517 male are violating the speed, 11,686 female violating the speed, and this was our requirement. So male are more. Our third requirement is, does gender affects who gets searched during a stop? Right? So here is group by. We will use group by function. Group by function we use make a group of each unique values present in the column. Right? In the column normally we have different values. So it will group, make a group of each unique value. First of all, again we will check, right? So here we will discuss these two columns. Driver underscore gender, again first thing you have to make sure what we are doing, does gender affect? So gender we will find out from driver underscore gender column. And this search conducted, it is clear who gets searched. So when I will run this, you will see which two columns we are going to focus, driver underscore gender, and here we will see search conducted, these two columns. Question is, does gender affect who gets searched during a stop? Right? So here is group by. Group by we are going to apply which column? Driver underscore gender, because here we have male and female. And then dot search and search underscore conducted, the second column name, and the sum function. When you will run it, you will see female only 366, male are 2113. But our data is more than 65,000. Out of 65,000, search conducted was only on these. These are approximately, I think, 2,400 something. So we want to verify this. If you have a doubt, we have to verify. So for verification, we use value underscore counts. Police data dot, in which column we have to work? Search underscore conducted, we are going to use value underscore counts. So when I will run it, you will see the answer true and false, because you know now value counts give us in the boolean true and false. True means the search was conducted yes, false means no. So search was conducted only on 2479, which is the total of these, and there were 63,000 records where search was not conducted. So it means this our output is right. Clear? Okay, now move on to our question 4, which is one of the most important, right? What is the mean stop duration? We have to find out the mean. So here we are going to learn two more things. One is mapping and the data type casting. Casting means if we have a data in a string, we can convert to integer or float and so on, right? And mapping means we will see how we can change the value of the columns. So what is the mean of what? Stop duration. First of all, we will see where is the stop duration. That is why I need only two records. So see here, stop underscore duration is this one. So see what type of data we have, right? 0 to 15 means sometimes the police stop for 15 minutes, for 30 minutes, for 20 minutes. So is, see here, only we have 0 to 15. Why? Because I have selected only two. If we will selected all data, then we have different values here. So this is a string. This is no float. This is not an integer. This is a string, right? And we cannot find out the mean of this column. So we have to convert this into integer. And we will change the values. We will do some mapping here. How? I will show you. Right? police data, then which column you have to work, dot stop underscore duration, then dot value counts when you will run it. So you will see here that this is 0 to 15. There are 47,379 record where the value is 0 to 15 minute, 11,000 this, and 2,647.30. We are going to ignore this because this is only one, right? So we will change the data. If there we have null values, we are not going to disturb that null values, missing values. That is fine. Only we will work where the data is available. Out of 65,000, we have these records. So how? Police data, write down the column name in quotation where you have to work. This is our data frame, right? And then police data, stop duration. Here you have to use dot map. Do not write down mapping, only dot map. What map function will do for you? It will change the values of the column. So 0 to 15, this is the string you have to write down in quotation. After colon, the mean of this is 7.5, comma, then second, or if you want you can copy control C and paste it here, but write down please in quotation, colon, the mean 30 plus 16, 46, 46 divided by 2 which is equal to 23, comma, and then here we will consider 60, 30 plus more minutes means 30 plus 60 which is 90 and divided by 2, so mean is 45. Then you have to make this curly braces, close it with the parenthesis where it was starting, because if you missed only a dot or one parenthesis, or you will put extra parenthesis, you will get an error and it is time consuming, right? So be careful when you will write down, make sure each and everything, so I will show you one more time, each and everything should be very clear and accurate, right? Okay, so when I will run this, you will see it is run successfully. But you will see that nothing will happen. But when I will run my police underscore data and we will see stop underscore duration column, the values are now changed. So I will show you here. See, this is the column. It is 7.5, 23, all the values are changed. Where was 0 to 15? Now we have 7.5. This is the mapping. The values of the column is changed, right? But the requirement is, our requirement is to calculate the mean of this column. So in order to calculate the mean, police underscore data is our data frame name. Then on which column you have to focus, stop underscore duration, only you have to write down dot mean. If we already have the numbers, integers or float there, you have to write down only this syntax. But if you do not have, you have a string, then first you have to convert that column into integer or float, then you have to apply mean function. When you will run it, you will see the mean of this column is 12.00, so on, right? And our last requirement is, this is again one of the most important, compare the age distributions for each violation. So here it's, we have to consider violation age, right? We will find out in the driver underscore age. So again, so here we are going to use group by function, and you know now very well what group by function does, and the describe function. This is the new function. Describe function will give you the results of all some statistics, just like mean, median, quartiles, right? I will show you. So again we are going to check our data frame, this one, because I will show you that we have to consider violation and driver age, right? So here is police data group by violation dot driver age dot describe. So what the describe function will do for you, I will show you here. See all the violations of crime, violations of equipment, moving violation, other registration, seatbelt, speeding. See how many different things we have in violation column. Last time we have just discussed speeding, but we have 6 things. So count violation. First is violation, equipment violation, total were 65,007, mean is 31.68 and so on, standard deviation 11.38, minimum age is 16, maximum age is 81. These are the quartile 1, 2 and 3, and quartile 2 is called the median. Similarly, you can see here seat belt. There are only 3 cases of seat belt. Mean is 30.33. This is the standard deviation. Minimum age is 23, maximum 42, and quartile 1, 2, and 3. And this is the speeding. There were 37,120 out of 65,000 records. Speeding was the highest, right? And this is the age. If someone will ask you the age of the gender was 15 to 88 years. They were violating the law against the speeding, right? So in this lessons we have learned few new functions. Some functions we did revision. Please practice it. See you in the next lesson, and thank you.